I'm on again. I'm bored. I'm not well. I got chest infection, so I'm not out. So I thought, let's have another live, right? But let's have another one. I enjoyed yesterday, so let's do another one. And I have got Jesus Jones. Shake us off. Making me real ill. How are we anyway? Got a few things to talk about, actually, right? What is happening in this town, right? Oh, I got two thumbs up. That's cool. Greetings from Alan. I don't know where that is, right? But nice, right? Jonas, nice streak. Hello, and Diana, hi mate. I thought I'd do another one. I normally do Wednesdays. I done one yesterday purely because I was bored. I didn't do it for any other reason than steak of soy 8. I went to make a video, right, in soy 8, and in Sailor Bar now, you got a big cover. I didn't take my light, and I couldn't make a video too dark, so I got to buy a new light. So I thought to myself, no, I haven't found my hat, and that's the God's honest truth. That's 650 baht down the drain. And what he wants. Steak on soy 8 was nice. Steak on Sailor Bar was lovely. It was really, really nice, actually. I enjoyed it. 180 baht for the steak and 20 baht for the water, which I thought was all right. There's a bug going around. Loads of people have got it. It's awful. It's awful. So, mate, honestly, my chest is on fire. Absolutely killing. I was where we are, right? I was just sitting in Passion Gentleman's Club with 3 of my mates. They're all drinking, and I has water. I made that water last me 45 minutes. And I sat there, didn't really speak to anyone, miserable as hell. I said, I'm going home. I said, I'm off home, right? And just felt like shit. I done an interview. I've just posted it now, about 10 minutes before I come on, right? I interviewed my friend who's been at for the last 45 years, right? Jesus Christ, like pulling teeth, right? Absolutely pulling teeth. So, so read some of these questions, and I'm glad you're on, and I'm carrying 41 already, which is pretty good. And I pray that I'm but I'm not gonna die. But I'm well enough for Saturday's bar crawl. And I want to promote this, right? Sober bar on Soy Poto is one of my closest friends here. She's the only girl I trust. She bought the bar, and I trust her with my life. So you can also, right? I trust her with my life. And yeah, go and say hello to Bone. Tell her where we sent it. Right. So, too much muff diving. Not enough, I wish. Did you find your art? Nah. That's an expensive art. I'm devastated. Right? I'm actually devastated. Right? Get some tablets maybe for your chest. I have to get something, mate. You know, I was driving around this time thinking, I want to go home. I actually want to go home. I want to go have a cutch. I want to go have a cutch with my mommy. Oh shit! I haven't picked up my visa. Oh, sick. Right. Well, like I said, well, I only picked up my visa. Webby boy, I'm out Saturday for 3 weeks. How are we looking weather-wise? The weather's picked up. It hasn't rained today. Busy-wise, and I'll be brutally honest with you, I went for a drink in LK Metro yesterday, and I had 2 beers, I think, in LK Metro, and it was dead. It was dead. There was hardly anyone about. I was quite surprised. Time bar was quite packed. That's 350 bar to be on it. But I was absolutely, well, I said, my mate, I'm off home. It was, there's, I don't care what anyone says, right? I'll be brutally honest with you. I don't think Pattaya I am got the love for Pattaya as I once did. I never thought I'd fall out of love with that Pattaya. I really didn't. But I am. I quite clearly am. And I just don't know. I bumped into 2 guys from Kifili, and they said, "Oh, where you off, blah, blah, do you want a drink?" I said, "No, no, no, I'm off." And they said to me, they fed up with being bombarded with being asked for a drink. And I said, "Oh, I understand." But, they look pissed off. Um, Everyone I seem to talk to looks pissed off. I made a video in Fever Bar in LK Metro, and there was like 8 or 9 or maybe 10 guys all in front and me, film behind. I was looking at them. They are all miserable. I don't know, everyone just seems to be miserable. When I was on holidays, I was just nothing but laughing and joking all the time. Everyone just seems like, I don't know, miserable. COVID could be bad, could be like yours, like you blow off and rough as hell. Webby, my man, Chaz, thanks. Webby, do you have? I can have to. In fact, I have to get hold of her now and ask her. I don't know. I'm at Toy Box Soy 6 right now. It's popping. Great. And I'm not saying it's not. And I don't go to Soy 6. If you're enjoying Soy 6, great. When you say it's popping, how is it popping? You know, let's let's like give me an honest reply, right? And I'm not saying that it's not popping, right? But how is it? How is it? How is it popping in? I would say I was a big disappointment yesterday, and I had a motorbike, so I went driving around. Seems to be a lot of traffic. Bars seem to be empty. Girls seem to be disinterested. No, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm ill, right? Maybe it's because I'm fucking dying. Uh, you know, God knows. Yeah, that's a very, very valid point, that Ian, right? And I actually like that. I actually really like that comment, which is going to surprise you, right? It's popping. He's in a bar that's popping, and he's watching my live as much as popping, right? Because if I was in a bar and it was popping, I wouldn't be watching a 52-year-old guy with wonky glasses talking absolute bollocks on his live. So yeah, that's a very, very valid question. Jomtien is a place to go now. Pattaya is gone. It's all about getting as much money out as possible and giving you nothing, and I agree with that. Sorry to see you not well. Colds and flus originate in Southeast Asia. I just had my free flu injection this morning, and I hope you're well. I just want to go home and have a cut to my mommy, right? I really want to cut to my mommy. I'm missing my mommy. I am popping. First time here, you're right. It's fun being the centre of all the attention. It is. And I hope I see you Saturday, mate. I hope you come and meet me Saturday, and I take you around on my bar crawl, and I'll show you popping, right? You'll be popping something else. No, it's not. It's not, right? It's not. Well, I would. Oh, cheers, mate. Cheer up, Webby. Miserable expat vibes creeping in, mate. It's not. I'm just, I'm just really ill. I'm real ill. This aircon's driving. Green ants. They're not green ants. They're either black ants. They're either black ants or red ants. Jesus. Look at that. Guys, have you on? Why don't you have a few drinks? I said, why don't you have a few drinks? Why have I got to have a few drinks for you? Right? And I'm going to answer the question, right? Afternoon, Webby, how's the exchange rate looking? Have a got one of these. Just now. Too easy it is now, right? Press Google, press pound a baht, there's the exchange rate. You don't need Webby to tell you the exchange rate. You can Google it. How cool was that just now, what I just done? You know, Google things. You'll be surprised what you can research without me, right? Could be worse. It could be in Benidorm. I like Benidorm. I think Benidorm is a really cool, funky place. Oh, do you like my new, listen, and this is not asking, right? Do you like my new buy me a coffee thing? I tell you what that's for, right? I tell you, oh shit. Fucking, I tell you what that's for, right? Apparently, if I put that on and someone buys me a coffee, it flashes up with your name and it says you bought me a coffee. So I don't know if that works. And that's not a thing for you to buy me a coffee. You do what you want, I don't care. But apparently if someone buys me a coffee, your name flashes up, right? I don't know if it works or not. Fucking buy, I don't know, right? Do I need this new ETA when arriving in Thailand from UK? No. No. Hi Webby, love your videos. Do you have any problems with mosquitoes in the town? Do you have to apply repellent daily? I got a tree up there where we have some mosquitoes. I put that one is a mosquito repellent. It works. Yeah, exactly. I did ask for a copy. I did ask for one. So you are going to crack. I just put it there. And apparently it flashes like that. Right? But I go fucking right. And yeah, I can buy my own coffee. I bought about 6 of them today. Right? Just sitting in a coffee shop, choking my guts up. And if one girls to stay away from you, right? Just cough. Right? Just cough. Mate, I want to come out now, but got hospital appointments in November. I'm so fed up with the rain and cold. I bet. It's funny how it's funny how like I got this after all this rain we've had, right? Get yourself a lemon sip or whatever goes in Pattaya for cold relief. Open some windows for fresh air if you can, and go out for a few walks. I'm constantly out. I don't think the traffic in Pattaya that's fine. I really don't think it helps. You're behind a bus on a motorbike and you've got all these exhaust fumes going in. I don't think that helps. I don't think anything else. But anyway, anyone got any questions? Because I can tell you now, I was quite disappointed with the vibe in Pattaya yesterday. Really, 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 really disappointed. I have missed any of it. I have missed. I have. I honestly have missed it. um, how's Jomtien at the moment? All right, all right. Same as always, isn't it? Oh, there we are. Look, right, it did work. Look, right, look, it does work. So I don't know who it is, but that's cool, isn't it? I've never seen that before. But take it adventures. Oh, chance. I might have to make that bigger because I can't see. I'm going there. Maybe oh, fuck that way. Oh, that was me. Chance, you're the first person to do it. I honestly, like, I only put that up because yesterday people were buying me a coffee, and when I went to look, it says you can do this thing. So I went, oh, that's cool. So that's the reason that I put it up. I know people think, ah, it's not gonna lie, you believe me what? I'm fucking dying. I feel like a fucking shit. I feel absolutely terrible. That was me. Oh, cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. My glasses aren't the best, right? I should have we should have seen it, but I appreciate it, so thanks. Michael, hello. Chris, 67 days and counting. I'm coming to Pattaya for the first time. Can't wait. My God, it'll change your life, mate. Welcome to the welcome to the gang. Because I've been saying for months there'll be no ice season. A middle, if lucky, many bars are going to struggle. Might do. Um, who knows? Who knows? Love your frankness and honesty in your blogs. Cheers, mate. But listen, I do try, right? If I get things wrong, well, it's not any malice or anything in it. I just say it as I see it, and that's what I always do my YouTube on. I just say it as I see it. Ever had dung fever? Do you need to spray yourself with repellent each time you go out? I've never had dung fever. I've never sprayed myself with anything when I go out. Just wondered when they're renting a Just wondering, when renting a condo, is there a problem with smoking in the building? But you can do whatever you want in Thailand. Everyone's smoking shit outside. Oh, look at that. Right? That's amazing. David John Arnold bought 3 beers. Do you know? Right? Look at that. He goes around. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? I'm actually really, do you know, that's actually more exciting than actually getting the 3 beers. So it works. So how cool is that? Right? So thank you very much. Thank you so much. Strange my name didn't show. I didn't set it as private. It actually came up as something, didn't it? I don't know what it came up as. I actually tried reading it. But if it didn't come up, that's your issue, your side. It's not mine. But that little thing there is, I quite like that. I actually quite like that. I have respiratory problems. Oh God, life. Looking for a smoke-free environment. I'm not sure where you're going to get that from, mate. Listen, it's against the law to smoke anywhere near bars, right? Yet all of them got ashtrays. Indoors, they've all got ashtrays. Sorry to, I don't know what else to say. I wouldn't let it spoil your holiday, but if you're looking for a smoke-free, I'm not sure, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just don't know what to say. God, I'm miserable today, you know. Why did I do this live? You've got to ask myself that question as well. Isn't it? Why the hell did I come on this thing that it's like, I got after it now. Stuck lamb's hoppers out of there. You know, since I've been here, right? What I find here is, which is different to the UK, right? In the UK, if you've got a problem, you go and get it fixed. In Europe, you just take tablets for the symptoms. You don't try and fix anything. You just like whatever you got, you say, oh, I got this, or take that. You just I'm taking more tablets now than I'm taking ever in my life. So I went to soy 8 today. That broke my heart. Where I just spent a lot of time on soy 7 and soy 8. No, Steve, I'm really, honestly, I'm dying in bed. I went to soy 7 and soy 8 today for a look, right? And I got so many great memories of soy 7 and soy 8. And I mean great memories, right? One of the best nights I ever had was on soy 7, right on the bottom on New Year's. I was, and I know it was the afternoon, it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought, God alive. Everywhere's dead. Everywhere, I swear. That part of Pattaya, right? But it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But it was always busy in the afternoon. Yeah, it's crap. I'm not gonna say anymore. And I was sitting in Sailor Bar having food, and I looked around. There was a couple of guys recognised me, so a big shout out to 2 guys who spoke to me for about half hour. It was miserable as hell. The guy that I met in Pattaya today, right? Did nothing but moan. I'm like, how's it going? Oh, good. I would say, how long you on holidays for? A month. Are you enjoying? Yeah. It's all right. Yeah, Jesus Christ. And when Steve says you need an hour in a wigwam with some Vicks vapor, right? He put a wigwam in middle of 3 ways. And I went in there with a girl. Let's just say it was boiling in there, right? It was absolute boiling. So we put a pot of Vicks rum in there. Probably get rid of this. But it's the first time, I think, since I've been here, I just want to go home and have a touch with my mother. I'm actually missing my mother. Really. I just need somebody to put their arms around me and tell me everything's going to be okay. I'm real depressed. God, right. You can only help symptoms with a cold aspirin. I can't take aspirin. I'm on blood thinners. A lot of decent people go outside a bar, and if they are smokers, but some don't. But not many smokers these days. Yeah, I'll go even further than that. But how many people smoke in restaurants? Come on, let's not lie, but you're right. The amount of times I go to a restaurant and have food, and someone's smoking next to me with a big fag is absolutely disgusting. It's revolting. I hate it. I hate cigarette smoke too, but it's not much of a problem in Pattaya open air bars. I disagree with that. I actually disagree with that. If you're sitting next to someone in any bar, any club, any bar, anywhere, they all smoke. There's nothing you can do. iWebs, I bet. I just need a cutch. Do anybody know what a cutch is? It means I need a hug. Size 7 and 8, such a shame compared to how it was in the heyday. Brilliant fun in those sides. It was amazing. I used to love it there. Now I just feel like I just feel like Well, I don't know what I went there for. I don't know. Oh, I tell you why I went there. A guy wanted me to go and meet him. Uh, when I plugged in is where he was staying, right? It was 35 minutes away. Saw that. I'm not going to travel. I'm not going to travel 35 minutes to meet. Okay, so um, let me knock that off. I got that out. I'm not. I'm not going to drive out on a motorbike for 35 minutes to see anybody. We forget. Places like Heaven Above, Cloud Nine, Candy Club, and non-smoking inside. Are they? Are they? I I'm not sure about Candy Club. Um, I'm not going to argue because I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm sure Candy Club people were smoking, but I haven't got a clue. I don't know. Uh, soy 7 8, best soy 20 years ago, best soy 15 years ago actually, right? Now I just gotta go, mate. I'm a taxi driver for some friends who Sunday. Okay, no problems, mate. No problems. Oh, I don't know if I'll be doing one Sunday. I'm going to the opening party in Dark Side in Maggie Mays. So I don't know. You still have Best Bar, yeah, and I did. Soy 7 and Silver Go Go. Yeah, exactly. Soy 7 still better than the rugby club. Well, how do I answer that? Yeah, you're right. Anyway's better than the rugby club. 100%, I totally agree. God, I'm maybe like shit. I'm actually really, really into it. Evans Evans door bar good. I mean Evans above bar. It means Evans above. I don't think there's anywhere called Evans. And it's an A. It's an A-N, Evans. It's not Evans. Evans door bar good. There was it was a couple of smart girls. I was in I did a video in Fever Bar. There was a couple of good girls on LK, but it was dead. Like last night, I was gobsmacked. I was really surprised. I mean, I bet the likes of Tree Town is just completely dead. I can't see how I can't see how anyone that's got oh, I'm no expert, but I can't see how anyone that's got a bar in what's it called? Tree Town, right? I can't see how any of them are making money. No, it's not hard to find, mate. It's it's on the dark side. It's by Pasha and Dark Side Gentleman's Club. Just carry on driving down there, it's on the left hand side. So if you put in, I mean, it's probably not on Google yet, but if you was to put in Pasha, Pasha Gentleman's Club, or the Dark Side Gentleman's Club, just carry on driving down there, and it's about 50 yards on the left hand side. So right, and when I come to school, I sat in the garden and I had a couple of San Miguels. And before you say I only drink Chang, that's all that Steve had it. So it was either San Miguel or nothing. So I took him up on his offer. Right. Anyone got any questions? Oh God. This this thing is horrible. How do you find it? How do you find that Pasha? Angel Witch was a great go-go. Long gone. but still in Bangkok. Man, I can't stand Bangkok. I can't stand it. Jesus Christ. I message me all the time. Oh, there we are. Look, it's already up, right? Maggie May's Dark Side is easy to find. Just type Maggie May's Dark Side in Google Maps. Steve, some of these people haven't a clue, mind. I don't know. They'd have to Google to find Google. Some of these haven't got a clue. They ask me ridiculous questions. Honestly, right? Some people have to find out how to tie these shoes up. When more gents YouTube friendly clubs. Love your content. Cheers. I don't know what I'm going to do, right? I don't know. Steve will say yes anyway. I know he will, right? I found it using Google Maps. Thought the club was okay. Yeah, it's funny how you can Google things. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably do a Christmas one, right? I'm not a big fan on live streaming outside my condo, right? But the dark side's got a garden, right? So he's got a garden. So I might actually live stream in December in Steve's garden on the dark side, where there's no shenanigans and there's no customers. So I might say I'm live from the dark side. I'm live from Maggie May's dark side. Maybe bring a couple of girls on and say hello. There we are, like, see how look, right? See how quick he responds. Yes, use the garden. I get some foam and we can spray it like fake snow. There we are, look, see? So I might actually I was thinking about that. I live stream in the garden. I get the camera, I get it all set up properly. It just needs to have good internet. And I'll do it away from prying eyes. And we can get some girls on and say hello and can wish them Merry Christmas and God knows what. But I wait for it to I know, is an eye on that brawny, anyway, right? Paranoid, right? It's brawny. I wear slip-ons. Yeah, so he's already given me the okay. So I might do a couple of live streams in the garden. Great idea. There we are. Look, see, I came up with some good ideas, even when I'm not well, right? Oh, brony. Yes. And I had 4 half glasses of that the other day. I was well-eyed, right? Well-eyed. Right. Is Kiss X safe for newbie solo? Listen, I want to tell you something, God's honest truth, right? Right? No bullshit, no lies, no crap, right? A solo traveler is only solo for the first 10 minutes they're in Pattaya, right? You're only on your own if you want to be on your own. I don't want to keep saying the same thing about gentlemen's clubs. I walked in Maggie May's today at 1:10. I had to go in there on an errand. 2 guys in there. One guy lived there and one guy was from the Philippines. And the pair of them came on to me and said, "Oh, Webby, how are you? We've come here because of your recommendation." One was sitting by the bar and one was with a girl already. So I said, "Oh, great, great." I said, "You enjoying yourself?" I wasn't so bothered about the guy who actually lives here. The guy who was on holidays, he said, "Oh yeah, I'm having a great time." He said, "Which one of these girls would you recommend?" I said, "Her. I'm not going to say anything. I say her. She come over and let's just say within 10 minutes, right, he wasn't alone anymore. And he said, yes. So I wouldn't worry about coming on holidays and being a solo traveler. I really wouldn't. dying. I'm really. Anybody want to come and give me coach? Anybody want to come and give me egg? Baby needs egg. Great idea, it is. Brony in 3 ways. Spelling mistake, blah, blah. Is wearing a condom like eating chocolate with a wrapper. I don't wear condoms. There we are, right? I knew you were going to bombard me with crap. I don't wear condoms. I don't like the things. I arrive on the 21st of January. I'll be visiting some of your fine establishments. None of them. Look at that. Oh my God, I love this. Oh, this is actually, right? This is actually the highlight of my week. I've had a shit week. I've been robbed blind. I've spent thousands and thousands back home on people robbing me. This buy me a coffee thing that flashes up, right, is absolutely amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. Steve, I arrive on the 21st. Oh, Steven, I arrive on the 21st. I'll be visiting. All right, sorry, he's talking to Steve Ackerman. I wish I had a guy here that was with me, right? The amount of people that have seen me in the gentlemen's clubs this week, right? And I don't need to name them, right? Who recognise me, and they all said, I come here because of you. I come here because of you. And what I love, right, is not only do they come here because of me, they return because of me. That gives me a massive, massive buzz, right? I actually get a kick out of that more than anything that you'll ever believe. I get an absolute kick out of it. And yeah, I do. I get a kick out of it. That's why I do these bar crawls. Right. I don't believe anybody, right? I might be mistaken, and he's watching the live, so he'll answer, right? I don't believe I'll ever be able to get an interview with Steve Ackerman, right? Ever. I haven't asked him, right? Because I know what the answer will be. I'll be surprised if he ever comes on YouTube and lets me interview him, or lets anybody interview him, right? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm talking shit, but I don't think he'll ever do an interview on YouTube. He's there, he can answer himself. Roulette without a call, yeah, all right, no problem. If it smells like a fish and eat it, that's your paramedic thing coming on, right? I like playing roulette. Simple as that. Was a solo traveller to Pattaya 2 years ago, been 7 times since. Some of the best people I know are from meeting them there. I come here for years and years and years, right? I've seen, I've been coming here for years, and I always used to keep myself to myself. And I used to think, sod bar crawls, sod this, I want to be on my own. I don't want to speak to anybody. I want to be on my own. I don't want to bother with anybody. And I think to myself, that's what I used to think, right? Since I live here, I've gone the other way. I've totally gone the other way, where I think, like, and the reason I think the other way is because when I started doing bar crawls, I was a bit apprehensive myself. But the feedback I've had on every single one, from when I used to do them in LK Metro to now I do the gentlemen's clubs, the feedback is exceptional, right? And I think to myself, and I see people making friends, and then people spend the rest of the holiday with people that they meet on bar crawls. And anybody that says a bar crawl is a sausage fest, in my opinion, I'm got a clue what they're talking about, right? How can being in a club with 12 guys and 20 women be a sausage fest? Answers on a postcard. In Maggie May's dark side, we only have space for one draft machine. We definitely need Guinness. The Guinness supplier only sells Tiger and Heineken, so not much choice. Can mix other suppliers. Can't mix other suppliers. That's the same in the UK. I 99% certain that's the same in the UK. Surely the vast majority of working girls you meet would insist on you wearing condoms. Really? Really? You think that? You really think that? And on that note, right, I'm gonna have a pee and I'm gonna highlight this, right? That things have moved on the last 2 days. I buy me a coffee, bangs, right? And I've got this, right? So let's have a look. Right? So I'm gonna pin this message, right? And I wanted to, right? So Lizard Kings is surely the vast majority of working girls you meet would insist, right, on you wearing a condom. Let's stop hiding behind keyboards, right? And let's give an honest and true answer of your experiences of what he just said. So I'm off for a pee, right? And when I come back, we'll talk about that further because you'll be surprised that's not the case. Right, I'm back. Right? So I've highlighted that, right? Um, I've highlighted that, right? So let's so I'll unpin it, right? Right. And I'll answer some of the messages and then we'll talk about that, right? So Steve turns around and says, I've seen the hassle other bar owners get when people know who they are from being on camera. Better to be mischievous, right? And I already knew that he wouldn't do it. So I don't even see the point of asking him. The only way I could get him to do it, right, is about 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, right? But he's absolutely leathered, right? And then he'll agree to anything. I reckon after about 5 on a Saturday, you can get him to agree to absolutely anything. So if any of you are in town and you bump into Steve on a Saturday after 5, maybe 6, say 6 o'clock, right? You can get anything off him. So that's a little tip, right? Is Golden Sea Pattaya crazy noise? My friend have stayed there many times, and he said it's a pretty good hotel, and he never moaned about the noise. Golden Sea Hotel is quiet. There we are. Like I didn't see that. Right? What's the weather like in December? Nice, really nice. Do you have HIV test? Did you have HIV test the other day? Yeah, I did. They done it. Right. The symptoms you have for a blood clot, right, are the same symptoms as HIV, right? And before anybody says to me, no, it's not. Well, the doctor told me, right? So when you have a blood clots, the first thing you do is test you for HIV. So yeah, I've had an HIV test. And listen, when you have HIV, you lose weight, right? I'm bursting with the seams, right? So I haven't got it, right? And my girlfriend also has HIV tests, right? Which somebody said today, and I swear, he was a Welsh guy, says to me, hey, why don't you put your girlfriend on YouTube? Basically the same answer as what Steve says, right? Why the hell would I want to put it on, right? Why the hell would I want to put it on YouTube? I made a mistake with my ex-girlfriend. I won't. Making mistakes is fine. Learning from them, right? If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're an idiot. Right. I agree with Lizard King. Well, no, it's not about agreeing. It's not about agreeing. I'm saying you would think that's the case, right? You would think that's the case that these girls insist on condoms. They don't, right? And before you say, I had one that did, yeah, right, all right, you found one, right? Me tell you something. 100%, right? If a girl wants X amount and you want to give her a little bit more, right, which I don't anyway, right? You want to give her a little bit more, not to use protection, she'll go for that option. Steve Ackerman is the Lone Ranger. He makes all good for the Panthers, and off he goes for his next quest. I also him away. To be fair, right? Well, I know Steve. He don't really get involved in anything. He just lets his manager look after it all, right? The Rumpo kid, who's messaging me back. No, the Rumpo, the Nacho kid. Who is Steve Ackerman? Right, he owns all the gentlemen's clubs. He owns Maggie Mays and Camelton and all the rest. Who remembers the classroom a go-go up near Soy? Sorry. Right. Who remembers the classroom a go-go up near Soy 2 was the best in Pattaya back in the day? I'm going back 2014. The classroom a go-go. I stayed near Soy 2 many years ago. That was around about 2014. Oh, no, 2006, I think I came here. So most girls don't say anything. It's usually us guys that have to say to them, we need to, yeah, there we are. See, I'm a Pattaya veteran. I wouldn't dream of wearing a condom. Listen, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, I'm just answering a question. That's all I'm doing, is answering a question. Right? I'm not doing no more, but from answering a question. Do gentlemen's club allow cigarette smoking inside? Jesus, boys, you're obsessed with smoking. Yeah, they do. Right? You want to smoke? You can smoke anywhere. Right? So forget gentlemen's club. You can smoke anywhere in a hood of this town. Right? People say, "Oh my God, it's against the law. It's illegal." So is paying for women illegal. Right? Everything in this town is illegal. With this town, nothing. You can do what you want. Right? I've never had a working girl, so don't know. Use condoms a lot as they are fine. Brilliant. Classroom top of Soy 2 was good in the past. I've only met a couple of girls who insist on condoms. There we are. Right? Is this live? Huh? Is this live? I thought you'd answer that. That's a stupid question. Is this live? No, it's pre-recorded. Like that. Hi, Webby. Just to let people know, there is a live feed looking at Soy Macau and Starkville Treetown cameras about Prime Steakhouse. Why would you let people know? Why would you let people know on my live about another live? Right? Strange. Why would you do that? And why aren't you watching it? If it's so interesting, why aren't you watching it? If you have a blood clot, would blood pressure be off the chart? No, my blood pressure is fine. And I haven't got a blood clot like that. I had a blood clot. If you have a blood clot, all right, so no. I don't think you can have more than 2 or 3 bars and actually do much work yourself. You need to spread it out over a lot of people. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm Webby, all right? I'm obsessed with not smoking. Well, okay, you're obsessed with not smoking. I suggest you do not come to Pattaya. And I don't know what else to say. Apart from if you're obsessed with not smoking that bad, don't come to Pattaya, because you just end up arguing with people because they smoke wherever they want, right? They will smoke wherever they want and do what they want, and you will not stop it. I've lived here 10 years, Norbert. Norbert, you call me a Norbert. You asked me a question, I answered it, right? So really, I'm a Norbert for answering your question. Strange, right? Do you think that's appropriate to call me a Norbert? I don't. I answer questions. And I'll ask you another question. How do I know that you've lived here for 10 years? And I didn't abuse you. I don't abuse anybody, but yet you think it's all right to call me a knobhead because I answered your question. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right? So, I think you should look at yourself before you start calling people a knobhead. Especially, you come on a live, you ask a question, I answer it, and you call me a knobhead. Thank you very much. Right? Really? Flavored condoms is the way to go. I don't know. I've never tried one. I don't know. Right? Is vaping illegal? Yes. Right? Almost every bar allows smoking. Every bar does. What do you mean I'm trying to be clever? My God. Right? I'm going to give you a little bit of airtime now, right? How am I trying to be clever? You said I haven't deleted anything, right? I'm obsessed with not smoking, right? Everyone smokes, right? I was in Seven's bar, on Soy 7, right? And I'm having food. There's a guy next to me smoking his head off, right? And all the smoke is coming to my face. I'm thinking, that's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting, right? Have a bit of respect. I didn't say nothing to him. Why? Because there's ashtrays. There's ashtrays on the table, right? So I sit with somebody, right? I'm sitting next to somebody who quite blatantly don't give a shit, right? Got no interest whatsoever. So I agree with him, right? I don't like smoking. I don't like anyone smoking near me, right? But Jesus Christ, you call me a knobhead because I answer your question. I ain't trying to be clever, and I'd be surprised if we even come back with anything now, right? And right, great to see you wherever you've been. Have you been to Palmy's old bar lately? We had a beer there, made a couple of beers in December. Oh yeah, I had Dave, all right? How's it going? We'll be in Route 31. How's it going? I tell someone if they are smoking next to me and they do apologize. Well, I've never seen that, right? If you lived in Thailand 10 years, you should know about the smoking situation. Well, you quite clearly don't go out. Quite clearly don't go out. And I'll be gobsmacked if he actually replies to anything now, right? I'm a knobhead for answering his questions. Wow. If I didn't answer, I'd be a knobhead. Have you been into Buzzing Lounge? It's opposite Maggie May's in Soy Porto. And no, I haven't been there. Like I haven't been to many other places. So yeah, I do a live, right? To answer questions, not to be called a knobhead, right? So I think you should apologize. I really think you should apologize for calling me a knobhead. Not that I give a shit. Call me what you want. But you call me a knobhead for absolutely nothing. Listen, it's my choice, right? Right? It's my choice. Well, maybe I should start lying to you all and so I can have an easy life. I get asked questions, I answer them. I answer them as honest and truthfully as I can, right? I'm not scared of anything. I'm not scared of nothing. I nearly died a year ago, right? God blind. I agree, right? Listen, I'm agreeing, right? I'm totally agreeing with this smoking thing. If I had my way, I wouldn't want anyone to smoke 20 meters away from me. Right? I can't stand the stuff. Right? It stinks. It's vile. Your fingers smell. Your clothes smell. I remember going out in the 80s and 90s when you could smoke in pubs. You could only wear your top once and have it with a wash. Right? It stank of shit. It was horrible. It was vile. Right? But I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying if you live in Thailand, the fact that you don't like smoking is irrelevant because people don't give a shit. I'm not saying me, I'm saying people don't care. And it's been 10 minutes and I still haven't had to come back then. There we are. Smoking is, oh my God, I never said it was. I never said smoking is good for you. Smoking is bad for you. But this is Thailand, right? People will smoke next to you. And what I'm saying is, if you don't like smoking, don't like people smoking next to you, I don't know where you can go in Pattaya. I don't know where you can go because everywhere allows smoking. It's as simple as that. That's all I'm saying. Jesus, I'm going to boost over something I'm saying. Strip me fingers out. That was the old thing. Yeah, remember that? Remember that? So yeah, I've been on that one, right? and not bad. To be honest, I've done it. I think the last 10, I think the last 10 lives has been quite positive. I've been called a knobhead once, so I take that. You can sit and eat a sandwich next to a petrol pump at a petrol station. I'll go even further. I'll even go even further now. I'll go even further, right? You fill your motorbike up in a petrol station, and there's a sign, right? Can't use your mobile phone. But if you pay by scan, your phone's out, and you're scanning. But there's a sign, cannot use your mobile phone. But you're scanning to fill your motorbike up, right? Nothing, 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 right? In Thailand is illegal, even though it is. Or I say Pattaya, right? The laws in Pattaya are completely different to anywhere else, anywhere, right? There is no such thing as laws, yeah, right? Right? So don't worry about it, right? I wear me the colour in your arm tattoo was impressive. Was it done with? I done it that day, that man. I done it in some guy's house. If you don't mind, I hope I'm not being too invasive. Just ask me what you want. You never use a condom. I never contacted any STIs. I never said I never got. You asked me if I've ever had a dose twice in my life. One over here and one in Wales. Most places either have lots of fans and oh my god, why are we? Listen, this is not about smoking or not smoking, right? Right? Most people either have lots of fans or air filtration. I hate smoking, but in Thailand it really bothers me. You've got no choice. That's the point I'm trying to say, right? If it was up to me, I would enforce the law. You would try going to a club or a bar or anywhere and try and enforce the law, saying, listen, it's illegal to smoke here. They just laugh at you. Well, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend smoking. Some bugs gives horrible thing, right? It's a horrible thing. And these vapes, bloody hell, there's thousands of people smoking them, right? So I was hoping for an apology, right? But you're quite clearly you're not going to give it, right? And it would take a big man to apologise, but that's quite clearly not going to happen, right? So anyway, I've been on an hour. Thanks very much. Can you only two? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Right. So it's popping in toy box size 6 ashtrays on every table. If you were watching my live, like we said an hour ago, if you're watching my live and you're in a bar where it's popping, I'd hate to be in that bar. If you'd rather, if it's popping in a bar, why are you watching a 52-year-old bald guy with wonky glasses? Ah, life is proper smoking today. Never mind the smoking. I had an all-day argument with experts who have been here 20 years and own bars. We don't agree with every diluted lady drinks. I was stunned. They must never get drunk girls. It's another thing, right? The lady drinks. I don't give a shit if the girls are drinking water. Why people are obsessed with what the girls drink, right? They dilute it, right? To make the bars money. It's as simple as that. I bet my left bollock that they'll be saying vape is worse than smoking in the next few years. quite possibly. Don't buy cigarettes on the street vendors. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Right? Enough. Right? Enough about cigarettes. Right? Jesus. Keep up the great work, Webby. You're doing a great job. They were claiming anyone who sells watered down tequila for lady drinks is a con artist. It's look. Everyone's got an opinion on everything, haven't they? Right? But listen, I'll be honest with you, especially in gentlemen's clubs, I do not buy a lady a drink to get her drunk. I buy a lady drink for something else, right? And it's not to get her drunk. I couldn't care less if I paid 150 baht and she had a bottle of water, she had a can of Sprite, she had a Coke. In fact, I go as far as saying, right, which might actually shock you all, I wouldn't give a shit if I bought her a lady drink and she didn't come back with a lady drink. As long as she give me her time and she give me her service, she said, look, I'm going to put a lady drink on you, but I'm not going to get anything whatsoever. I'd say, great, no problem whatsoever. Don't buy a drink, but I'll give you the 155 baht for a drink, and, you know, look, I don't think of anything worse than buying 10 tequilas at 40% for a girl, right? They don't understand that tequila white is 40% above and watered down is 20%. Yet they were okay with tequila rose, which is exactly. Tequila rose is the same strength as wine anyway. It's clearly can be seen people are paranoid about ST. I ain't paranoid. I regret not going to Thailand years ago, and I have heard that the women these days mostly don't care. Hardly look up from their phones. Look, the girls gonna give a toss about you, right? How's that? The girls couldn't give a rat's ass about you. Anybody that says they do, right, is deluded. I've seen fruit cider sold as lady drinks, and that's less than 10%. But like I said, right, and I'd even seen it in Steve's bars. If I said to a girl, do you want a lady drink, right? Well, I think, like, I don't care. I honestly don't care if a girl come back to me and said, look, I got pineapple juice. I said, yeah, okay, no problem, right? Get to work, right? Do it as my mate Nev, right, who's South African, not that makes any difference, right? Nev says to him, do your job, right? Get a drink and do your job. He says that all the time. He doesn't say get the strongest drink there. He says, get a drink and do your job. Great, that's, to me, spot on. And the girls laugh. Question for Webby, just watched your Grumpy Man video. You've been going to parts for 15 years and seen many changes. How do you think Pattaya will be in 15 years' time? I think it's going to move over to Jomtien. And people can say whatever they want. Pattaya will never die, in my opinion. Pattaya will never die. Pattaya will be here for the next 50 years, right? But people are getting fed up to the back teeth of poor service, right? And newbies that are coming in don't understand this, right? A newbie will never understand it. People that's been coming here for 20 years, right, know exactly what I'm on about, right? You're not getting the service. So in 15 years' time, you're not going to get any service. I reckon in 5 years' time, you're going to see a vast difference. But Pattaya is like, Jomtien, in my opinion, and it's only my opinion, right? You know, I mean, I'm out every night, so I see what I see, right? Jomtien was Pattaya 20 years ago. The girls sit there and have a beer, they chill out, they're not arguing for drinks. The bar finds 300-400 baht, some 500, cheap enough. Pattaya is just one big rip-off. And there we are. I said it. Pattaya is one big rip-off. And someone said to me on a comment, I left it on it, I'm surprised that some of these bars in Pattaya haven't banned it. Ban me for what? Ban me for what? For telling the truth, right? Anyone can turn around and say, oh my God, come to Pattaya, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing. It's like it was pre-COVID. No, it's not. No, it's not. And anyone that says it is a liar, right? Is it going to be a 9th season? I don't know. I haven't seen any evidence of it now. In fact, what I seen yesterday was shocking. It was half dead. SIQ, it was like that back in the day. One of these guys was taking a sip out of a finished lady drink, shot to see if it was watery. Wow. What a saddle. What an absolute saddle. Right? Absolute. That's just ridiculous, isn't it? Let me tell you something. Right? I'll tell you something. Think about it this way. And let's not talk shit. Let's think about it this way, right? Let's talk about what a Steve's Gentleman's Clubs, right? I have no idea what's in his lady drinks, but it opens at 1 o'clock, and they shut at 12 o'clock. If a customer walks in at 1 o'clock and he buys a girl 15 tequilas at 40%, right? She's done for the rest of the day. She's done for the rest of the day. So she's a waste of time. And that's the end of that. So she's spewing. She's upstairs, rough as hell, right? So that's what we've done. So the following day, same guy comes in, buys her another 15, buys her another 15, all week, buys her. What's the point of that? What's the point of that? What is the actual point of getting a girl absolutely wrecked out of her brains? And if she's drinking that amount every day, she'll be dead within 5 years. So are we all happy with that? Are we all happy with that? And I've seen some people treating these girls like dog shit the last couple of weeks, right? It's absolutely revolting. Sit there, right? You treat them like a dog in a street better, right? That's what I've seen. The mobile phone killed Pattaya. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I don't believe that at all. Mr. Ackerman, most of us don't care. It all leads to the end product. If that's what they want, then there you go. Right? So let's. If I buy a lady drink, I don't care what she drinks. It's not about that. Thank God, some sense. But then the tourists have their faces stuck in mobile. Oh, let me tell you something. There's no one worse than me. I'm constantly on my phone. I see nothing wrong with a 20% above lady shot, whether it's watered down tequila or something, made in a Star Trek, I don't know, repellenta. It just gives the girls tipsy after the film, doesn't make them fat. Well, there's some fat ones in your clubs, right? Jomtien is the new Benidorm of these. Keep up the great vlogs and live streams, Webby. Looking forward to meeting you next week. Irishman having a conversation with a Welshman might be need a translator app. I can't understand Irish. Pattaya is 20 years. Pattaya 20 years ago was full of very beautiful women. The beer bars were even loaded. Jomtien has a long way to go. Oh, there we are. Point of a lady drink, it would say it's helping the girls make a bit of money. So if watered down or not, they get a percentage. Who really cares? I don't care. So true. I'm totally fed up with the phone controlling most people social life these days. But I guess it's a lost battle, unfortunately. The balance, the drinks. Most are Samsung that are diluted with Coke and ice. Enough for flavour. But they do ask for more to get fed up. Or to get fucked up. Right? For shots is half diluted tequila, 20% above, still get very drunk on 20 these days. Good answer, Taffy. But why do you think Pattaya will never die, mate? If people don't get the service, surely they won't return. Because there's a lot of sad, fat, smelly, dirty men in the West who couldn't get a girl for toffees. So the fact that they can get it, right, at some expense is probably better than nothing, right? So anyway, I've been over an hour and 10 minutes. I'm off. I'm off to get some food. So thanks for the like. Thanks for the support. I gotta, well, unless I'm dying, I gotta meet up on Saturday. Robin out at 3 o'clock, Jomtien. I've advertised it enough. Nobody get a few people. If I get 10, it's great. If I get under 10, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, here we go. So we've established gentlemen's clubs are filled with smoke and serve watered down drinks. I'll stick to the open air beer bars. And that's fine, mate. I don't own anything. Right? I don't own no bars. I don't own no gentlemen's clubs. And I don't own anything. So listen, if you've been living here for 10 years, and it's only now you've established that closed bars, whether it's a gentleman's club or not, has got smoke in them, then I'm not sure what to say. And listen, if I meet you in town, come and say hello. I'm sure we can have a chat. Because I agree with you. I can't stand smoke. I hate it. I hate it. And I tell you something, if one of the girls is smoking, that's a massive no to me. Right? If a girl smokes, I don't want anything to do with that. So I'm actually on your side. So, and I was still waiting for you to apologise for calling me a knobhead, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Which is a shame, really, because I didn't say I'll do anything to justify you calling me a knobhead. But if you're happy with it, then that's fine. Don't worry. Right? People these days care more about what people think about them than caring for themselves. What went wrong? I don't know. The only people getting fat is the bar owners. Oh, here we go. In the wallet, wish they would give girls a bigger cut if they are watering it down. Just my opinion. Well, if they're making that much money, maybe you should open a bar yourself, because a lot of these bars and clubs are not making what you think. Thanks for the crack, man. Get better soon. Cheers. I think most bar owners break even or lose money. I didn't even see that comment before I actually said it. But really, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with these clubs are making crazy money. No chance. Anyway, I'm off because I'm knackered. I'm over food. Thanks for the live. See you all Saturday if you're in town. Bye.